this is the vegetable portion of the meal. You're going to use whatever vegetables you like. So I like a combination of, onions, green and yellow squash, some carrots, with just a little bit of butter or oil, whatever your preference is, whatever your diet requires, and whatever seasoning you like. So I like to use a little sea salt, maybe a little pepper, and that's really it. Nothing really crazy, just a little oil or butter, like I mentioned, and you stir it up, and those are your side vegetables. So we're gonna add those to the plate afterwards. Thanks. Okay, now it is salmon time, and again, just like the vegetables, you can put a little bit of oil, a little bit of butter. The great thing about salmon is that it doesn't take a lot to cook it, and it's delicious nonetheless. Now, if you are not someone that likes to have your salmon on top of the stove, you can certainly put it in some aluminum foil and bake it or broil it in the oven. I like it on top of the stove because it gives it a nice little crispy sear right on top. These are not crispy yet because I just put them in. And this is just butter. So right now with a little bit of salt and pepper. And I'm going to zhuzh it up later, so you can stay tuned for part 2. Okay, so for part 2, now you see your salmon is starting to sear on the top. This is that crispy part I was talking about that I like. You may not like it, so again, feel free to broil your salmon with a little bit of oil in the oven and some aluminum foil, or just broil it without the aluminum foil, whatever is good for you. But for this cooking class, we have it in, again, some butter, as well as I added a little bit of garlic. So I like to use a little minced garlic to throw in there, and that adds a nice little extra flavor. So that's the searing part of it. So now we're on to part 3. Okay, this is another interim step. You're going to put some lemon butter dill, and this is my lemon butter dill. I'm not going to show the brand because I don't know if I can promote them, but you can go into your supermarket, and around the fish department, there should be a couple of bottles of different sauces you can use for your seafood. One of them is a lemon butter dill. I like to put it on top while it's still sizzling so that it's like inside the salmon, and it really gives it a nice flavor. So now I'm going to briefly put the salmon in the oven so that the lemon butter dill and the minced garlic and the seasonings can all kind of mesh together. So I'm going to stick it in the oven for about 15 minutes, and then I'll take it out for the final reveal. Okay, so I have some minced garlic, again, with butter, because, again, I like butter. And I'm putting in my sea scallops. Oop, Father God. All right. I dropped one, but it's still good. I'm putting the sea scallops in so that they can get nicely seared with all of that lovely minced garlic and, again, butter. Again, you don't have to use butter if that's not, on your health regiment diet plan. It's just what I like. The butter to me tastes better. Okay, so these are in here. We're going to stir them up and make them look pretty. Okay, so I've taken the salmon out of the oven, and I put a little extra lemon dill on top of each piece of the salmon, just to give it a nice juicy flavor, so it's nice and juicy. And then my veggies and my scallops are in a nice display as well, so that when you serve it to your guests, you're like, hey, dig in. So that's the recipe. Hope you enjoy it, and have a happy seafood dinner. Thanks.